What is the solution here, though? What's in the future for Froggy Fresh? Like, how do you? I mean, because like, dude, think about it. If you really haven't done anything that wrong, like, don't you feel like you're kind of being dragged by them? Like they keep saying your behavior, and that you broke conduct policy and your behavior was bad and just shit like that. I feel like you're being dragged by them.
Yeah, I feel like I got to address everything back. So honestly, like you can drag me, but like I literally refuted everything they've said so far publicly with like a complete response. So like it's stressful, but at the same time, all I can do is address the shit.
Are you mad at Harley because Harley's like is going hard at you, like more hard than they are?
I mean, what's that gonna do for me? Sit around and be mad at Harley? Like I'm like trying to chill tonight and like eat some good food, and go to sleep and shit.
That's a good answer.
That's a good answer. Well, guys, I think we covered everything we could cover on this new saga of Creator Clash. Allegedly threatening to sue Froggy Fresh. I can't wait for more updates on this story. And I'm really curious to figure out what's going to happen with the Creator Clash. Will it be this great success, or has this controversy tainted the entire event?
You know what, man? I really hope the event is a great success. I don't want to see anything fail in the community, but like, god damn, dude, the way to shit the bed in the last few days over this is just insane. Like, it could have all, dude, the night it happened, it could have all been resolved had like cooler heads prevailed, and they would have been like, all right, we made a fucking emotional response. Let's walk it back. No one would have given a shit. No one would have
I
cared.
think the issue is if the event is wildly successful, then it's going to justify their actions, which I think their actions are wrong. That's the problem.
Also, don't forget that no matter how much you want to say that Anissa's like helping run the event, whatever, at the end of the day, iDubbbz is the one who actually like has his finger on the button. Like he's the one that's really controlling shit behind the scenes, I think. So if he wants to change it, like it's up to him. You know what I mean? Like that's what I was thinking too. Like we should put some more.
I feel like people, if you're slighted by this event at Froggy, you should absolutely refund your ticket and just give that money to charity.
Yeah,
I agree.
Any final statements from the panel?
Yeah, I think the takeaway here is I'm kind of tired of getting on panels talking about how shitty iDubbbz has become. I think it's like time to either start putting your money where your mouth is, or just stop watching him in general if you don't like him. Because I don't know, how long can we sit here and just be like, damn, this is so disappointing, before it really starts to get old?
Well, I think the problem is he's doing a community event and he's involving people that we're fans of, like Froggy Fresh. That's the issue. That's why I don't watch iDubbbz anymore. There's nothing to watch.
Like how, like right now, this moment, like swear to God, say I'm lying. Swear to God, right now, if literally everybody manned up and was like, all right, fuck this bullshit. They let me fight my fight now with all the hype around this fucking fight. If Gideon gives a fuck, what the fuck? So it's like all the hype around this fight right now. They let me fight my fight. They let Sam hide in the building. That motherfucking pay-per-view sales are gonna go through the fucking ceiling.
Imagine a moment like at the end of the fight where Sam Hyde and iDubbbz shake hands and make peace. Like that would go.
I'm
that would
down.
trend
I'm
worldwide.
100% down.
That would be like
That
would
be
great.
that's
It'd be great for the event. It'd be great for charity. That's a win-win-win-win-win. Like nobody loses in that scenario at all.
Yeah. Well,
No, but everybody has to run in their parasocial clique, so you can't have that. That's not allowed.
and like Froggy
you can't
said,
have Sam Hyde there because apparently he's a brand risk, I guess.
and like Froggy said too, remember it's important. Like Froggy said that iDubbbz like kind of, or I don't know if it was Froggy, but iDubbbz like looked at his fans who they were, and he was kind of like, I don't want to associate with this. I don't want to be like this. But he has to remember at the end of the day, those fans are the ones that are buying the tickets to Creator Clash. Those fans are the ones that he's setting this whole thing up for. That's the audience. And no matter how much
I
you may
try to
want to
make
hide from
peace
the
with my
audience, that's
enemies.
the audience.
I try to make peace with my enemies like all the time. At one point, me and Nicholas Durio hated each other, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like
one, two, three times.
four
annually.
times. My point is this, right? There's just a certain type of person that can never bury the hatchet, that can never make peace. There's like these certain type of people out there, and they want to just keep it going forever. And it's like, bro, that is not healthy for you, for the other person, for anyone. Like, you know, at the end of the day,
Bro,
battles
some
need
people just get off to conflict, okay? That's all that there is. Some
but I
people
get
just
off
get
at
off to that
conflict.
shit.
I get off at conflict too. Like, that's my
No, but
thing.
you're not a
So,
fucking high schooler is the thing, okay? You're not a fucking bitch made about it, okay? That's there's a key difference.
but at the end of the
Like,
day, battles have to happen in our space. They have to happen. But they can end. Wars need to end. There's no point of fucking
Yeah.
endless war.
Yeah,
No
and
one
that's what,
wins in an endless
yeah,
war.
and I agree. And the other thing too is I want to say this. This is what the most fucked up thing is too. Is I was like, when it felt like E was trying to scare me out of doing Sam, I was like, damn. It's almost like Ian don't like people going to give Sam a good rap, dude. It's almost like because Ian knows if people go work with Sam, they're gonna be like, damn, this dude's dope as fuck, bro. So it's like, it's almost like that's the vibe I got. Like, cause damn, Harley went out there and Sam was cool as fuck. And I was like,
Well,
shit, I'm gonna go out there and Sam will be cool as fuck. And I was like, oh shit, Ian don't want me to go out and work with Sam because he's gonna be like, oh shit, Sam is cool as fuck. And it's almost like again another situation when it's like instead of like giving Sam a stage, or it's like he wants to again blindfold the audience. It's like he always wants to
can
blindfold.
somebody like fill me in on like why Sam is so hated on these, or like why there's such a rift?
can I
So
tell you? Can I tell you?
I'll tell you this much. I didn't know anything about Sam Hyde until like the iDubbbz video. Like, you know, when iDubbbz went out to talk to Sam or whatever, right? Like, I knew about Sam's name because he would always be on like those 4chan posts or whatever with like the AK-47, but I
Yeah.
didn't really know anything.
I
So
was
like,
gonna
why
say
is
you
there
don't
all
know
this
this guy
shit?
committed every single mass shooting known to man, and you don't
Let
even
me
know
Yeah.
explain it. This is the way I understand it, right? Sam Hyde had a very popular show and a very influential show, right? He was a groundbreaking comedian with a brand new style. A bunch of YouTubers imitated that style and that aspect and even copied some of the goddamn jokes, all right? And then when they got popular on the internet, they tried to banish him, right? Oh, bad guy. Oh, horrible guy, horrible guy. They tried to erase Sam Hyde from history. And that's what this all stems from. And
It
that's
is
why
no, it is.
iDubbbz,
Hold up, the
that's
Keemstar 100% correct. It's insecure comedians who are literally inspired. Sam Hyde's the first one who did it. Start doing it before anyone, and everyone you like fucking everyone you like in that era. I don't even name names. Is inspired by Sam. So then it's like they come up, they take a style, but they're not as fucking good at it, and they water it
I
down
got
more
one
and
more
sell it.
I got one more
Yeah,
point on this, all right? But when I started talking to Sam Hyde to do this boxing stuff, I didn't really know the history. I had to educate myself and go and like learn all the lore and like understand everything. And once you get it, once you realize what these guys did for years, I'm talking like 2015, 2016, like in those years where they tried to hide Sam Hyde and disappear this guy from the record because they were taking his style, right? Once you actually get it, now it makes sense. iDubbbz, right, wants to put this behind him. He's sick of being accused of copying Sam Hyde. So he goes to do a documentary to show that Sam Hyde is like unhinged loser, all that. But the documentary doesn't go the way he wants it to go. So he plans on never releasing it. Like he planned on never releasing it. It was never going to see the light of day. So Sam Hyde gets frustrated after months and months and months, and he releases his version, right? Like that alone, once you understand that aspect, then you can go back and look at the lore and see how these guys tried to erase him from history because they wanted credit for groundbreaking this whole movement with this comedy style.
Yeah, these guys, and I'm not at all the type to get defensive and protective over my work. Like I'm not the type of guy. Like we all stand on the shoulders of giants. We all like are influenced by somebody. The only way to hide your influence is to have so many influences that they merge together. That's the only way to be truly original, is to have so many influences that you can't tell anymore. So I'm not the type to ever be like, yo, this guy's jacking my swag, I'm the real one. But like H3H3 did a video that was a verbatim direct ripoff, like line by line, joke by joke ripoff of one of my videos. And none of these guys ever gave me any kind of credit or anything. And then
What
iDubbbz,
video? Sorry,
yeah,
I'm learning about all this right now.
and then iDubbbz goes and he pulls the ladder up behind him so that nobody else can get to that position. That's what, to me, that's what the language, the language policing and the irony policing and all the stuff that iDubbbz is about now. To me, that's what it's about. It's about pulling the ladder up so that nobody else can do this style of humor and make these jokes and get popular. And then when he
Well,
and
that's
then
one of the that's one of the points that, when I was like, he's 27, 28, he's already old enough. It's like, you can grow up, but it's like, at that point, you're already old enough to know. So I kind of do side with what Sam's saying, that it's like, you're kind of like kicking the ladder down or
Yeah,
pulling it up. Sorry.
it's more of a tactical move than a real change. It's more just to make it so that nobody else can come with that edgy, like that type of 2012 humor and get up now. And then what he did, which is really nuts, he came out here to do a documentary about how I'm washed up and how my life sucks and all these other types of things. And when he came out here, he was saying like weird. He didn't say that was the point. He said he wanted to get a perspective on what my life was like. But he came out here and he was saying weird shit like I'm usually the puppet master in situations like this, and usually I'm able to manipulate. Like he was talking to my crew and saying all kinds of suspect shit. And because in the documentary he wasn't able to make me look like an ass. When he came out here, he just didn't release the footage. So he was sitting on this footage for almost a year, or 9 months, the documentary that he shot. And finally, I had to edit together a version of it and it wasn't like a version that portrayed him in a negative light. It was just a version that was what we had with our cell phones rolling at the time. But yeah, man, he came out here. He came out here to try to punk me, and now he's mad he wasn't able to.
Yeah, and I just and all that is accurate. I just want to say one thing. My experience with Sam is completely opposite of whatever Ian claims to have experienced. I went out there. Sam had already people lined up, just paying them on this right there on the spot, lots of money without not trying to be upfront about it. I could just see he was paying people to come in and out to train me. He was paying the gym. He come into the gym he's got so many responsibilities in the middle of shooting, trying to get his brand off the ground that was unjustly taken from him because of jealous comedians, bro. Sam's whole fucking story basically built around jealous comedians. But the point is, Sam was 100% cool to me. So I don't know, that's the problem, is I think people don't want to go have that experience with Sam to be like, oh, he's cool as fuck.
I was able to call Sam Hyde and be like, hey, look, tone it down, bro. And he did. You know what I mean? It's like the whole concept that this is an unhinged person that's lost his mind and he's gonna go kill someone someday is
Yeah,
just
it's
not
almost like
true.
he's not a schizophrenic murderous Nazi because Hassan said it in a stream and cried about LSF.
Yeah, it's just not true.
No,
Like,
and
it
here's the
is
deal.
just simply
The
not
reason
true.
why we need
Sam
people
is a
like Sam,
comedian.
the reason why we need people like
Wait,
Sam is because
why do they call Sam a Nazi? Dude, they call everyone a Nazi now. What the fuck? Why?
Yeah,
Well,
it was.
to be fair, I have said some racist shit online.
Oh.
Didn't you donate to some charity?
Just a little bit, though. I didn't say that much racist shit. Don't worry.
I have never done such a thing. Go ahead, Mutahar. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying, why do they call him a Nazi? And yeah, I know another person. I know another person who said racist shit too. Like what, the NF slur? But that was a
It's
long time ago, dude.
it's just a way to defame anybody who's like vague, even a little bit right wing, even a little bit of a Trump supporter. It's just the catch-all term that you use to slander anybody who's not a fucking rainbow flag waving guy.
Hassan Piker seems like the type that would be like promoting punch a Nazi, but he won't fight you, but he'll call you.
I'm begging him to punch a Nazi. I'm begging him to put me out of my misery. He's such an alpha male, Keem. He's such a tough guy. He's the biggest man in Japan. He's got such broad shoulders. Keem, I'm not that good at boxing. I'm slow. I'm almost 40 years old.
Yeah.
I put up 2 million. I told what's his name? Hassan. I told him I would put up $2 million of Bitcoin if from a mystery donor. But we have a real Bitcoin address with $2 million, at least when it was $60,000 of Bitcoin. We had $2 million in there. We put up $2 million for this clown to fight me. He could punch a Nazi. He could be a fucking hero. He could be the hero of Twitter, of Tumblr forever if he just put me out of my misery. Please, God.
Well, at the end of the day, we do have to recognize that Hassan Piker did give you respect, though. Like, remember when he first reacted, he said, Sam Hyde would kill me. Like, I'm not fighting him. I would get destroyed. Like, so he did give you some respect at the beginning. I remember that.
He's a wise man. I would put him through the ropes. I would redefine violence. I would cheat. I would step on his feet. I'd be grabbing the back of his head. I'd try to poke him in the eyes. I'd fucking knee him in the balls. I'd be, oh my God, Keem.
Dude, I'm about to get off right now, dude. What the fuck? Dude's about to nut.
I think Hassan Piker made the right decision.
Dude, Keem, if I got the word that I was gonna fight Hassan Piker, first of all, I'd be doing cardio. And you know I don't do cardio. I would be running 8 miles a day. I'd be on EPO, whatever that thing is, that blood doping thing. I would be doing I'd have fucking adamantium injected into my knuckles. I'd have lead weights in my elbows. I'd be swinging elbows. Oh my God, man! If I could fight that guy.
Sam, let me try to help you out. Hassan Piker, I know you're probably on your live stream reacting to this instead of producing your own content. I will personally vote for AOC or any extreme lefty person for the rest of my life if you fight Sam Hyde.
I have agreed to quit social media and quit comedy forever if I lose to Hassan Piker. And I also called out Nathan Burnett, dad. I said I would lose 70 pounds. Now, Keem, I don't like when I make a threat like this. I'm not the type of guy to say I would lose 70 pounds and then not do it. You know what I mean? Like that, and that's an insane thing to say. You lose 70 pounds. Can you imagine any other athlete anywhere saying they would lose 70? I would be emaciated. I would have heart palpitations. I'd be in the hospital. I'd be on a stretcher.
For people that don't know Sam Hyde, I think you actually would lose the weight to make that fight.
I swear to God, I would
100% do it.
I swear to God. I swear to God, I would lose 70 pounds to fight Nathan Burnett.
You were donating what, $500,000 as well? So
Yeah, I would put up 250 cash, and I'd put up my car, and I would and also if Nathan Burnett beat me, I would leave social media comedy forever. You'd never hear a peep from me again. Gone.
You know what the sad thing is? I hope Creator Clash isn't turning like political, right? And isn't like going to become like a lefty thing or whatever, because if that's the case, like, dude, no, like lefty and righty people, however, wherever they are in the political spectrum, they have to be in the same event. Like, we have to like do stuff together. We can't just separate the fucking country into two sections. Like, that's so stupid. And I really hope that is not part of this either, right? Where they're looking at Sam and they're calling him like a conservative or something.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, though. I'm gonna tell you what it is. They have it separated like this. They are separating it like left and right. And I'm telling you, over there at Creator Clash is like the Patty Cake Boys, and they let me in, and like I'm a big hitter. They let me in the Patty Cake Boy Club, and I'm telling you, over there at Misfits, where you and Sam swing, it's the hitter club, bro. And I'm telling you, that's why they're trying to keep that shit separated, because they let a mini, like I'm a mid hitter. They let a mid hitter in the Patty Cake Club, and that shit needs to be separated, King. There needs to be separation, actually. So I feel like you're wrong on that, because y'all are in the hitter club.
Yeah, I was just talking about politics. I hope they are not introducing politics to their event, because
for the record, I'm not even political. I hate Hassan because he wears like puka shell necklaces and shit. Like, that's literally the basis for why I hate that guy, is because his swag makes me sick. It has nothing to do with politics.
I misunderstood, King. Yeah, I agree. Don't keep things separated politically.
I get it. I'll get along with everybody, but that guy in particular, his like fucking Pac Sun's Zoomies swag is why I want to kill him.
Dude, I never got along with Hassan Piker. I would disagree with one of his points and be like, well, you're wrong because of this, and I tweet at him, and he'd respond with no counterpoint. He'd just be like, ratio. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I thought this was the political debate guy on Twitch.
You guys are fucking dipshit, cokehead. Word I can't say on Twitter Spaces.
All right, guys. Is that it? Have we exhausted everything here?
Yeah, I think we got away from the main point there a lot. I just want to point out, like, it would just be cool if they put Froggy back on the card. I don't know, man. All the
It
Sam
would be
Hyde
nice. It
stuff
would be
is
nice if they
cool,
could
but
let me know soon if they're gonna put me back on, because like I don't want to be like, okay, I'm training for a boxing event that I might be in, depending on whether or not Ian is still
Froggy,
upset about a joke.
Froggy, imagine if it's a setup, right? Because obviously, you know, they love Chris Ray Gun, right? So what if it's
Right.
like, or well, she loves Chris Ray Gun. What if it's a setup where like 2 days before the event they announce that you're back on?
Right, dude, and I'm up at like 146 pounds from Chick-fil-A, and I have to like dehydrate myself. Not like Sam's got me cooking in some type of device that him and fucking Jet built, and I'm like barely make weight down to fucking 130, and they gotta pump me with some fucking water to get in the fucking ring, and they just gotta fucking push me at Chris Raygun, who's obviously gonna be fighting for Anissa on April 15th, because this ain't no fight for Chris Raygun. For other people in the fight, it is about charity. I'm not gonna lie, they're down for charity. For Chris Raygun, there's a lot more on the line. For Chris, it's charity and love.
If iDubbbz, and I fully believe this, if iDubbbz and Anissa uploaded YouTube videos explaining their point of view, I feel like they would eventually come to the conclusion we need to put you back on, right? But because they're not addressing, you know, the fair market of ideas, the internet, right, and getting that feedback and coming to the best decision in the situation is why you're still off the card. Wait, Brandon wants to talk real quick. We got to get Brandon Buckingham up here. And at the end of the day, like, I really want to hear from them directly their point of view. Maybe there's something that they could tell us that we don't know, you know? Go ahead, Brandon.
I was just saying, why was Sam banned from the first Creator Clash? Like, what exactly did he do to be banned from that?
They said something along the lines, if I remember correctly, that no reputable organization would be involved with working with Sam Hyde. And that's what pissed me off. And that's why I was like, okay, well,
I think it was like this. I think that could be rephrased to that documentary that iDubbbz tried to come make at Sam's didn't work out the way Ian thought. So when Ian sees Sam, it makes him uncomfortable.
Yeah, we were told that even wearing Sam's merch at the event last time would get you banned from it.
And it all could just be squashed. Like literally just text, be like, hey, that shit hurt my feelings. Like this shit hurt my feelings. Sam will stop. Then what? Then it could all be over.
let me ask this question, Sam. What do we not know? What happened behind the scenes between you and iDubbbz, you and Anissa, behind the scenes that the internet doesn't know?
Man, well, that's a bad joke. The real thing is that years ago, iDubbbz he made a video doing commentary on one of my videos, and I did a copyright claim on it, and he emailed me asking me to to reverse the copyright claim. This was in like 2010 or something. He emailed me asking to reverse it, and I wrote back to him saying, I'll reverse it if you can squat 225 below parallel, and to send me a video of you doing it. And I forgot that was the case, but years later, 2021 or whenever this documentary was made, he comes out, and after he had been with us for 6 or 7 days, chilling, recording footage, he gets me in the interview part where he's like sitting down doing a sit down interview, and he's like, he says, "Do you remember our first email? Do you remember when I emailed you back in 2010 or whatever?" And I said no, and then he springs it on me that I copyright striked his video and told him to lift weights. And I asked him if I made an enemy doing that, and he said he jokingly sort of smirked and said, "Yeah, you kind of did." So all along his plan was to come out here and do this documentary, make me look like an asshole. And he said it would be easy because I am an asshole. That's why he said it would be easy to make me look like an asshole because I am an asshole. And that's his motivation for doing the documentary. And even after that, I was still thankful. I was still like, bro, you got more subscribers than me. Thank you for making this documentary. Like, I'm excited. I think it's cool. I'm glad we got to hang out or whatever. Like, I wasn't put off by his the sort of like negative inception of this document. I don't give a shit if it turns out to be some cool project that we make together, then I'm cool with it. But he just has had it out for me ever since that day. He's got that like that tiny. I think it's like a tiny. It's just a small soul, like a small heart. He's got a tiny little heart that like doesn't have a lot of room for mercy, or doesn't have a lot of room for forgiveness or something like that. He's one of those hold a grudge for eternity type of dudes. And to be honest with you, I think what I would like to happen. I mean, I'm not one to make predictions. I told him after he lost to Dr. Mike in an embarrassing fashion. I told him, come fucking back to Rhode Island. I will train you to beat Dr. Mike. Like I'm not, and I don't even want clout from this. I don't want him to do a documentary about me training him to beat Dr. Mike. I don't care if he ever tweets about it. Like I would fucking have him out here. I'd have him putting on pounds. I would teach him to hit the heavy bag with power. I would teach him to fucking stop doing that fancy.
And Sam would do that just to squash the static.
I wouldn't not even to squash the static, but just to like, help a man when he's down. Like that loss to Dr. Mike was so fucking embarrassing.
Right, but it'd be two birds with one stone. Because I know you do that not because you did it for me, not to squash static. But like if you did it for him, it would do two birds with one stone. It'd be like
it would, and I would help him just even the same way that you would help a homeless person or something. His training with his fake coach Michael Briggs, where he's doing this like head movement shit and not hitting with power and doing these combinations that are like low to medium power that doesn't make sense. Like how you need to learn to damage another human being. You need to learn how to like boxing is about hurting people. You need to learn how to hurt somebody. So he would come out here, I would put pounds on him, I would get him big with lifting, and I would teach him how to hit with power, and I would teach him to stop doing the trying to roll and weave punches. He's white. He's not a 130-pound Puerto Rican kid. He's not going to weave or roll under any punches. That's not going to happen. But I would get him good, and I think my prediction was if he loses to Alex Wasabi, that offer is still extended. I'll train him. I'll get him big. He needs to put on like 20 pounds of lean mass. And he needs to learn how to hit with power. That's his main thing, because his coach Michael Briggs is this fake ass Los Angeles fitness boxing coach that does the pity patter pad work that all these other creator clash people do, where they're just like tapping pads and not knowing how to hit the heavy bag. It's ridiculous, but that offer still stands. If he loses to Alex Wasabi, I would train him. I wouldn't even want clout. I wouldn't want any public acknowledgement of it. I would just like to help this fucking guy fix his character arc, because that's what he needs. He needs to fix his character arc, because right now it's in the trash.
Yeah, they need to just actually be inclusive. I keep seeing these like statements about how Creator Clash is inclusive. How? That doesn't make sense. Like, I'm confused by that. Like, what? It's not.
They're acting like Sam is such a bad guy. At the Creator Clash 1, I wanted to like go and clown on iDubbbz, and Sam and them specifically told me not to. And even after they banned Sam last minute, Sam was literally telling me still not to be like overly negative about Creator Clash.
I 100% believe that, dude, because Sam didn't say nothing about Ian and Issa the whole fucking time. Like Sam don't want to be stressing about fucking drama with people. That's why they should just squash it.
Yeah, and they thought he was going to cause a scene and like ruin the event. There was never any discussion of that. They're completely delusional about the entire thing.
Yeah. I got to bring up this point. They lied. They flat out lied. They said that Dr. Mike would never do the fight if Sam Hyde was at the event or something like that. And then Brandon interviewed Dr. Mike, and Dr. Mike said the exact opposite.
Yeah, he said, "Who's Sam Hyde?"
Like, so they lied.
He said, "Shout out to Sam Hyde at home." Like, the clip is literally on my channel.
It's
insane.
They lied. Yeah.
They're just trying to demonize Sam and blacklist him, and it's complete bullshit, and it's not fair. And it's annoying that I even have to keep harping on being like, "Oh, Sam's a good guy. Sam's a good guy."
Well, it's not working, because every time they keep fucking trying to blacklist him, like even like I said in the beginning, I had no fucking idea who Sam Hyde was, but ever since all of this, I'm more Team Sam than anything.
Yeah, it's
It's
insane.
like,
I mean, oh, what? So Ian said the N word a few years ago. Is he all of a sudden some horrible guy? Should he be banned from things? It's, I mean, whatever.
well, that's the thing. It's like if you want to get like the if you want to be like, hey, I was bad like years ago and now I'm reformed. Well, can't you apply the same to Sam as well? Like, is it only for like them that they can be like reformed and nobody else, or like nobody else can grow? I guess like
Yeah, the
it's so
same.
fucking stupid.
It's
I
the
was
Streisand
thinking
effect too, because every commentary channel is going to be making a video shitting on them. Now they're in terrible light. I mean,
exactly.
it's
That's what I was thinking
ridiculous.
the
Did they
whole
fuck
time. Brandon
up?
is exactly right. 1000%. I was thinking, okay, look it. If you're upset about the OnlyFans joke, whatever. Like if this wasn't addressed, if they didn't even address it and just said, man, that's fucked up, whatever, it's no big deal. Dude, nobody would even be talking about this. Now every night I'm on here with Sam Hyde and Keemstar trying to discuss this OnlyFans joke. It's literally like, what were they thinking?
Well, I want to talk about the lawsuit aspect of this, right? So if they are threatening a lawsuit,
That's such a bitch made thing to do, suing fucking creators. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
yeah, but listen to this. Actually think about this, right? If he's going to be sued, he's not going to be sued from iDubbbz or Anissa. He's going to be sued from Creator Clash. Well, where does Creator Clash get its money to sue somebody? Because lawsuits cost a lot of money. From fan donations, right? That's where the money's coming from. So you have fans buying a boxing match that are
Dude, this is one of the most
funding
twisted
a
shit ever.
For
lawsuit
It's
charity.
against
literally
another
YouTube.
creator.
YouTube is so. It's like I wanted to be a YouTuber. If you could have told me fast forward 10 years, YouTube's gonna be crowdsourcing a lawsuit against you via Creator Clash too.
Dude, think about how fucked up that is if they actually sue him, though. It's like fans' donations are going to be funding the lawsuit against
Yeah,
him.
They
instead
won't
of,
do
instead of
that.
helping kids
It's so
with cancer, we're literally
Yeah,
suing each
wait.
other.
They said all of the proceeds will go to the charities. Are they even legally allowed to use the money for anything else when it's like promised like that? Like, I'm not too familiar with the
Well,
law
they
at all.
can't say all the proceeds, right? Because like they have to pay for the
You have to pay for
arena.
overhead expenses, administration fees, all
Oh
that.
Right,
yeah,
so they're paying the
there's
fighters.
probably like some legal loophole or whatever, but still, all the fans will think it's going to charity and like the expenses for the event when it's
That's
really
why you guys
going
should
to a
refund your money,
lawsuit
actually. You take it away from
sue
the legal
Y'all
someone
paying for Froggy
who
Fresh
made
to
an
go to
OnlyFans
prison.
joke, you know?
Y'all got to make a Froggy Fresh goes to prison 2023 YouTube creator video.
No, you got to
Dude,
make
if you
that.
get
We need.
sued, I'm down to pay for your legal fees. I don't give a fuck. This shit is cringe as hell. Like,
Damn,
that's
bro, I
fucking
appreciate
stupid.
the support I'm
Damn,
getting
I'm
from everyone.
tweeting that right
And I gotta be
now.
honest with you, bro. The support from the internet has been crazy, unreal. Because when I first got this letter, I was like, "What the fuck, dog? I got a fucking mortgage and shit. Like I'm gonna be fucked." And then all of a sudden, fucking,
That's
and I was scared as
that's even
fuck.
more fucked. It's like
I was,
you're,
like, I'm gonna be
yeah.
honest with you. I'm the type of person. I'm the type of person who I probably would just sign the shit because I know what the fuck. But my wife was like, "Hell no, fuck that." And then she told Keem, and Keem was like, "Dude, that's like a death sentence." So I was like, what the fuck is this?
They're suing you to recoup the training costs they gave you, like
Oh,
for training camp.
they said if I shut up and pay back the 15 grand for the 5 months of training, if I shut up and pay that back, they won't sue me for damages. But if I don't shut up and pay that back, they could potentially sue me for damages.
They're that petty. What have you done to warrant that? That doesn't even make any sense.
The only thing I can guess as far as the internet is guessing is it's either the Anissa OnlyFans joke, which again blows my mind because we have iDubbbz on the internet saying, "Hey, the OnlyFans shit doesn't bother me." Okay, so I make a Chris Ray Gun Anissa OnlyFans joke. Okay, then I'm kicked out of the event, or is it me going to train with Sam Hyde? It can only be one of two things. Which
Neither
one?
one seems like they even remotely weren't going to get a lawyer and fucking pressing charges and banning you. It's just this is insane.
I think they just did this specifically to scare him into shutting up. I don't think they actually expected to pursue legal action.
The thing
And
about these fucking lawsuits that piss me off is like you usually have like the fucking Goliath suing like somebody like Froggy Fresh. Now I don't know your financial situation, but it's like you seem like you're in the middle class area, right? So it's like you get it with a lawsuit.
Like I
That
got
shit's
a mortgage.
devastating.
No, I got a
That
mortgage.
shit's devastating,
I
right?
have a
But like,
mortgage. Yeah, I have a mortgage. So it's like,
yeah.
yeah, I got a mortgage. So it's like,
So
no.
it's like they're out there trying to give you a lawsuit threat. Fuck them, okay? Yeah, we'll cover the fucking. I'm down to fucking pay for the lawsuit. Like I don't give a shit. Like this is so fucking stupid. It's like you're literally threatening somebody's entire existence and livelihood because you think you fucking can. Fuck that bullshit. So fucking, it's just insane, dude.
Yeah, what violations were broken in the contract, like explicitly? I'd like to see the contract and what the Anissa OnlyFans comment violated. Right? If that's if they're trying to
Bro,
sue
I
you.
thought Harley was on here like a day ago saying they only did like some fucking basic boxing contract. Where did the social media policy come from? Was that like a different contract, or was he lying?
Dude, I'm going to be honest. Harley has been like really hard to communicate with in these spaces, like very, very hard to communicate with. It's kind of hard to understand him and where he's coming from. He just says a lot of shit and then like dips. Remember the first space, like we thought maybe Harley was like high or something. And
Yeah,
then,
I don't want to shit on Harley, but it's been hard to listen to. I like Harley, but man, I don't know what the fuck
same.
he's talking about exactly.
It's
Apple
kind
Yeah,
of
I
like a
think he
shame that he
believes
has to
what
be
he
like the
says.
PR guy for this.
I don't
Yeah.
think Harley's bullshitting. I think he like believes what he says or whatever, but maybe he's just hearing like one point of view more than the other. I don't know. He has his own opinion. He knows things that we don't as well. But I don't know. I just have to disagree with a lot of what he says based on what I know.
I just think Harley has a very, very good relationship with iDubbbz and Anissa.
No, but
And he really,
somebody needs to make this point. I'm sorry. Like I'm gonna do Kanye. I'm gonna shut up for a second.
okay, so I just think that he has a really good relationship with iDubbbz and Anissa, and that he loves Creator Clash, and he loves the fact that, you know, money's going to charity, and that this situation is fucking it all up. And now that Creator Clash is getting hate, he feels like he needs to like go in and defend it. Like that's the situation.
Yeah, I agree. I would agree with that for sure. And I
But
mean,
this is
There's an
yeah.
emotional component, yeah. You can't
but
fucking
this
deny
this is the
paying for
point
it.
this is the point I keep thinking of. Do you guys think this is weird? Do you think it's weird that like okay, fucking so Sam and iDubbbz had the beef, right? Do you think it's weird that Harley can be completely friends with iDubbbz, hang out with him, go to his event, and Sam doesn't? It doesn't affect Sam at all. Like Harley could go chill with Sam any day, anytime, anyways. But on the other hand, if Harley does some shit with Sam, then Ian won't be friends with Harley. So don't you think that's a little fucking weird? Like, doesn't that go to show you like who's the fucking weirdo? If he's
Yeah,
like,
it's like a fucking weird ass rivalry you have with
if
your
you're
little
friends
cousin. Where
with
it's like
him,
one
if
sided.
you're friend, it's like Ian saying, okay, if you're friends with him, then we can't be friends. But Sam's not fucking doing that. Sam's like, yeah, I mean, what the fuck I care if you're friends with Ian?
Sam,
I don't think about Ian.
Sam Hyde, me and you, we need to make a community boxing event that raises money for charity. Like fast.
Let's
Yeah, I'm
go.
down to join in on that. It seems like the only way to counter this bullshit is to make something fucking equivalent. That's
Yeah,
just
make something that's actually inclusive that involves everybody.
Dust bangers.
So now you're competing with a charity, Kim.
Yeah, now I would be a competitor. Now I would be a competitor. But no, seriously, because dude, Creator Clash is such a good event. It really is. Like
Dude,
the concept.
or the whole thing could be patched literally with Ian and Nisa coming to me and Sam and just being like, hey, fuck this. Let's do it for charity. And with this much hype, that bitch would sell the fuck out. And then everything could be fixed. What the fuck?
Look, I have
Exactly.
all different types of issues with many different people, but I never let it get involved. Like I never let it fuck up business, right? So like
Exactly. That was one of the last texts I sent Ian. I was like, dude, it really sounds to me like your personal shit is fucking up your business.
Def Noodles is currently suing me now. If he came to me with a brilliant idea, I would go into business with him because nothing gets in the way of business. Like it just doesn't.
even
Like
during your
literally,
lawsuit.
you
That'd
could
be
be
a
like,
fucking wild. That'd be tough to manage.
In regards to the
I'm
lawsuit towards Froggy Fresh, I wonder in the contract if there's a clause that if you speak on Anissa's OnlyFans, you'll be pulled from the event. You think there's an OnlyFans clause in the contract?
Yeah,
no,
bro.
there's not
Section
an OnlyFans
6C.
clause. There ain't no OnlyFans clause.
I think the OnlyFans clause is if you subscribe to her OnlyFans and you don't shoot a load so hard that your eyes roll into the back of your head. She owes me $19.95.
Yeah, I looked up some pictures. She has one with the banana. It's really nice. But I'm gonna hop out and go to bed, you guys. Peace out. Thanks for having me in here.
Yeah, we tried to end this like 5 times. Guys, I put out a tweet. I just want to recognize Mutahar for fucking offering the legal fees. I still think Froggy Fresh, you should do like some type of fundraiser or something on April 15th so we can give some love to your charities. A lot of people are on your side with this. Like, again, not to bring up Duff Noodles again, but I seen his coverage. It seemed fair and balanced. I seen Philly D's. It seemed fair and balanced. I haven't seen anybody report this story where they were like wildly incorrect and wrong. And
Right.
it's like, it feels like that you getting kicked off this like really brought the community together. This is one of those issues where we seen it injustice and we want justice, you know?
Right. I appreciate that, to be honest with you guys. Like when I first went public with the shit, I did not think the internet was gonna be riding for me, but at the same time, I was not about to just sit there and shut the fuck up.
Well, I really hope you start making music videos again and start making content again and just, you know.
Yeah, and lastly, I also don't want to. I need to shut the fuck up about that because I'm not even trying to make it about myself. Literally, whatever the fuck you guys, the internet wants, I will shut the fuck up and never talk about this shit again. Y'all can have me fight. I'll do a concert. Like literally, whatever fucking creates peace about the situation, makes the internet happy. Like I fuck with 100%.
At the end of the day, it's a pile of lemons, so you might as well make lemonade. Any final thoughts on stage? Thank you guys for all coming out. Go to my Twitter, retweet that tweet, and if there's more updates to the story, we will do another space. See you guys.